This episode brought to you by Samoa's. It's not Girl Scout cookie season, but I bought 2 cases from my daughter 6 months ago.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Hot Drop. I'm Dano.
And I'm Cody.
And let's get into it.
We're in episode 53, Dan.
53.
Do we have a title?
Is that a year yet? How many weeks in a year?
52. We hit that last time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good job. Congrats on the year. We don't have a title, but we'll figure something out.
We got something in the works here. I'll figure it out in the middle and I'll shout it.
Perfect.
So, crank that volume up. Rip the knob off.
Rip the knob off.
Hey, Discord. I'd like to apologize because work is so incredibly busy right now. All of the RAs are back. All of the RDs are back. Training is in full swing. Students start to come back, trickling in starting Saturday. So I apologize for not being in the Discord all that much this week, but I don't have a whole lot of time. Procrastination isn't an option right now.
We're gonna have to
sucks.
Strip you of your title of Hot Dropper in Chief.
No, I'll ban everyone. I will fight you all virtually, but not in like a bullying kind of way, because like bullying's not cool.
Just
but
like in a regular way, in like a gentleman's agreement.
A gentleman's agreement to duel with words, and mostly my words are just ban in all caps.
Yeah, that's fine. That gets the point across.
It gets me to win.
It does. Can't fight the ban. Speaking of banning, I feel like we should make the loser for this inaugural year's fantasy football hot drop league to be a ban. If you
like
lose,
a real ban,
you get banned.
You're out.
Yeah, it's just call the herd. 2 weeks.
I know that
win.
the camaraderie was great,
Ban.
buddy, but you picked up Ben Roethlisberger in the last week and he had a broken ankle, so you're out.
Ban.
We don't want to hang out with you anymore.
Not actually, but we should come up with something.
Yeah, for sure.
So that brings us to, Discord. We already mentioned that. It's a great place to meet people, to play games, to hang out with us. The link is always in the show notes. You should check it out. Hotline's cool, too. You should call that. We didn't get very many calls this week, but we, make do with what we have. Might run it every other week. Who knows? If we don't get the calls, we don't get the calls. But
I would like to point out, I actually don't care if it has anything to do with the game.
No, not at all. Absolutely not.
I would actually encourage it to not be about the game, because I just like to hear your drunken ramblings, everyone. Or your angry ramblings, or your funny ramblings, or I don't know. I just like it. Just call us.
Call us.
We're lonely.
You could just call us, like sing a song lyrics, read an excerpt from your favorite poem. Really anything, honestly. We'll play it. I'm pretty sure Zach had his cat meow into the phone and we played that.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty sure.
there's no depth to our shallowness.
So what's the number again, Dan?
508-216-0006.
All right.
Top 10, real quick. We got to do that last bit of housekeeping. Top 10 is where every week, we have you submit your top 10 clips. This week, it was best vehicle plays, closed tonight. Don't know who the winner is yet, but the video will come out Friday or Saturday. Last week, it was just a regular top 10, and I've forgotten who the winner was. It was Karmakaze, a newcomer to our Discord. It was pretty awesome. He had an absolutely insane crossbow kill on a flying motorcycle. Just magic. So if you want your clips to be seen, Hogwarts, yes, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, not Durmstrang. No, you're basically a Slytherin if you go to Durmstrang. Submit your clips. Top 10 channel on Discord. We pick the winners. You get a custom Discord emote. He picked Snoop Dogg as his Discord emote. So now we have 2 rappers, Gucci and Snoop.
There's a Drake in there.
There's a couple of Drakes. There's Drake yes and Drake no. So
yeah, so it's 3 rappers.
Yeah.
Unless Gucci is Drake, because I clearly have experience and I don't know Drake.
Last I checked, they were different people, but who knows these days? Anything's
What does
possible.
Gucci sing? Rap. What does he rap?
Yeah.
He doesn't sing. He's a rapper.
He just raps.
I mean, Drake sings.
Yeah.
He's
kind
a
of.
rapper.
Yeah, a little bit. He's half and half. Half or tweener, as the kids say.
Do they say that?
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
How many kids do you know?
I don't know any kids. Which actually is funny, though. We're getting way off topic here. But I was thinking about this as I was going to work the other day. I never see anyone under the age of like 20 anymore, ever in my life. When you're on the schedule of commuting into work with the commuters and then leaving the city with the commuters, it's like you never see anyone that's younger than you.
Interesting.
It's really strange. Anyway, join the Discord. Xbox box?
The Xbox. X.
What's in the box?
What do we have here? Oh, look at that. We have an update, guys.
We have an
And gals,
update.
We actually have no idea if any women listen to our podcast. We would like to know.
We don't have any demographics.
To diversify our demographics if possible, reach a new audience.
That's kind of what I was going for with the Maybelline. Maybe it would relate to some women
That's
in our
stereotyping.
in our audience. Not at all.
We had this discussion. We don't put people into boxes here.
We put the Xbox box into a box.
Well, that's literally what it's called.
Well, there you go. Patch notes. Test server.
I don't know what PTS stands for.
Public
Oh,
test server.
okay. Cut that part out. I do know what test server stands for.
Okay.
I was just an idiot.
I'm not going to cut it out.
Okay. For those who haven't used the public test server, it's a test server. You get to test out the things before they push it to live and officially break the game. We've had it on PC for the eternity. But test server, they're bringing stuff to it.
Yeah, there's stuff. There's a big patch. There was some discontent.
It wasn't great. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't great.
There was some discord in Discord. Yeah.
I'm so sleep deprived. I'm sorry if you're all annoyed by me right now. I'm so tired.
I think they're annoyed by me, honestly. Like, that was one of the worst jokes I've ever said. There's a test server update. It did not perform very well for people. People were having crashes. They were not able to get into the game. That was just a lot of bugs. Like, for instance, your parachute backpack thing was staying on you as you run around in the world after you land on the ground. Just lots of weird stuff. But what's interesting about this patch is that it is pretty much, and not 100%, let's call it 87%,
Okay.
exactly the
number.
same as the last PC patch. They have limb penetration. That was just introduced in the last PC patch. They
But here's
have...
my concern, Dan.
Yes, tell me.
It's not ready for these patches.
Though that's why it's the public test server.
Right, but it doesn't matter if it's private test server, public test server, somebody else's test server. I don't care. I have fun playing the Xbox game, but it is not ready for limb penetration. Can't even load the buildings in.
Yeah.
It's not ready.
My hope is that the optimization will come after this, like features first, optimization later, but
But why can't they do
reverse that.
optimization first and then incorporate features in which they're already considered the optimization?
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Blue hole.
So, yep, along with limb penetration, we also have things like the dynamic weather. That was just introduced to Erangel and Miramar in the last PC patch. There was also, your typical performance stuff, frame rate increases, optimization things. It still needs a lot more. But the other thing about this patch was that it added some more tactical landscapes and buildings to Erangel where there weren't buildings before. And Miramar also has those new roads to make traversing the map a little bit easier when you get stuck with a circle that's 20 kilometers away from where you are.
Yeah.
Do you want to run through these patch notes, or do you think we kind of hit the major stuff?
We 100% hit the major stuff, but let's go through all of the bug fixes because there are a lot of bug fixes.
All right. Do you want me to take this?
No.
Okay.
If you
take
touch
it away,
it,
Meatball.
friends off.
Go for it.
Okay, so your settings will now be stored online, so it won't erase them every time that you go in after a patch, which is pretty great, right? Destroying doors with frag grenades or Molotovs didn't display debris. Fixed. Frying pan and weapon could be held at the same time. Fixed. Spectating first-person perspective showed inaccurate character locations. Affixed. Leaning was possible while in an emote animation. Don't know why that mattered. Fixed. Two players moving in a small space can sometimes get stuck.
Been there
Obviously,
before.
that's just physics. I don't know how they fixed it, but they fixed it. Player character would perform jump motion for a short time when crouch key is rapidly pressed multiple times. Fixed. Reticle settings would be reset when the weapon was dropped and picked up again. Fixed. Spectating camera would look through the character when the game finished. Fixed. Players encountering situations where opponent's weapon floats in the air. Dan,
Not totally fixed. To be
that's
honest.
not
No.
fixed at all.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
I'm calling shenanigans.
Yep.
Throwables could pass through character models. Magic.
Hogwarts.
Voice chat UI would always be displayed when using killer spectating function under certain conditions. Prevented players from changing the red dot reticle when using an SMG. We had that on PC too.
It's still here.
Still there.
As far as I know, at least.
Specifically, it was an ump.
Yeah, umps and vectors, I think, too. And you couldn't change. Yeah, you couldn't change the reticle, but you could take it off of that SMG, put it on a different weapon, and then change it.
Yep. The stun effect from the stun grenade was weaker than before. Camera angle rotates up to 180 degrees up and down in first person, third person. Mode was when free falling. Interesting. Character would stand up and lie down repeatedly when moving uphill while lying down.
Okay.
Weapons could be seen through when a character is moving right while ADS position and lying down. That's a really
Very
specific
specific,
bug. Yeah. And there was a replay-related text shown in the report pop-up window after dying. And finally, sprinting would stop when moving a certain angle with the L stick.
So many bug fixes. But, like, none of these things are really that great. Enough
Once
to,
they
like, make you want to download this test server patch.
Once we ended up getting updates that sound super similar to our PC patches, that's when I go, this game is worth spending the $30 on. Like, I have a blast playing with you guys who are listening, but I mean, realistically, this game is not where it needs to be for a console.
Yeah.
They gotta focus on optimization and then go, here are all these really cool things.
Mm-hmm.
If they came out with an optimization patch and just called it the Meg, that'd be good.
Shut up, Meg.
Just talking about the Big Shark movie that I haven't seen yet.
I know. I think we talked about this over GChat. I think I mentioned this.
I thought you were gonna say coffee.
I wish. It'd be nice.
know.
If only we lived not 400 miles from each other.
Wouldn't it be nice if Dan would live close? Then we could have a coffee date.
I get sad thinking about it. I just do. I do. I think I said I would be upset if I bought this game on Xbox, played a match, and saw how it didn't perform up to my standards for a $30 game. I'd want my money back. Is that a hot take?
It is a hot take, but
I think I'm spoiled by the PC though. I'm spoiled.
We are
by my
spoiled by the
100-something
PC,
frames
but
per
when you
second.
like, I also bought Madden this week, so no, because your standards are high for a console.
Yeah.
If I can play Madden and go, holy crap, this is beautiful, this is a great game,
and it runs.
and then
smooth.
I go to PUBG and go like, oh, why? The thing that keeps me coming back at this point is that I just get to play with the people in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously we have a podcast, we can talk about it and be more knowledgeable, but like the reality of it is like, I only want to play with the people in the Discord because, you know, they're cool people and they invested their time and money into getting me an Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, this game's not ready for people to really enjoy yet, and it's gonna get there. Like, Microsoft's not gonna drop this.
Yeah. Oh, they're investing so much money. And like, here's the thing: it is an early access game. It's a game preview game where they tell you straight up as soon as you open it, you're gonna have crashes, you're gonna have bugs, you're paying to be a playtester. That's what early access means. So like, I can't fault it for that whatsoever. But I think if I bought it and I feel like if I had no experience with this game whatsoever, I would definitely be intrigued. I would say there's so much potential here, and that's going to keep me playing it. But I would also say, like, this game is not ready for prime time.
No, but I love it. I just need to be salty for a second.
Yeah, totally. And I feel
We
bad.
haven't-
I
I
don't
don't
want to crap all over it. It's
I don't
a
think
great
we've been
game.
salty in a while.
We haven't, no. And I don't want this to be a salt episode at all either. But I was just thinking about that recently. Like, just transitioning to play on PC and going back to Xbox, it really makes you realize that they have a long way to go. I think that sums it up exactly.
But that also means you guys get more time in the Xbox box. So
It's true. And like, you don't know what PC's like, so you can't compare them side by side like I can and like Cody can.
yeah,
Unless you have both platforms.
do take song requests.
Yes. I think we're going to put together a Cody's Greatest Hits very soon as well. I can look forward to that. 6 issues for $9.97.
If you guys call the hotline and sing a song, I will make up a harmony to that, and we can play it.
I don't know how we got here. Anyway, we've got, I guess the other things I wanted to mention about this patch is that their weapon attachment management and replacing items is a little bit better. These are the things we talked about on the PC patch. Any little bit of inventory changes are definitely welcome. Removed or replaced attachments will drop onto the floor if there's no room in your inventory. When you're looting and attaching directly from loot, the replaced attachment will drop on the floor if there's no room in your inventory. And when replacing an extended magazine with a quick draw, the extended magazine and overflow ammunition will be dropped on the floor if there's no room in your inventory. I think that's pretty much it. Like, there's a little bit of stuff about inventory, there's the bullet penetration, there's the world stuff about dynamic weather, and that's about it for this patch.
Yeah, and we do have a hot fix that literally came out 25 minutes from the time we were recording this.
Yeah, hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses. It's 2 things, but they're important things. So the Type B and Type A controller presets were causing lowered sensitivity using ADS, and those things are fixed. So don't worry about that anymore. I know a couple of you were writing about that.
Yeah, very upset.
And they fixed an issue with the brightness slider not working in settings, causing players to use the default brightness setting. So that's also fixed. I can assume that probably caused some annoyance rather than like a real bug. But there you go. That is your hot fix.
August 15th. Pretty cool. We were just sitting down to record and it just popped up. New hotfix. I guess to wrap up, I want to flip back and just say I don't think the Xbox game is totally garbage. I enjoy playing it. I enjoy playing it with you guys. And in fact, I want to say that I get the same adrenaline rush playing Xbox as I do on PC. Straight up.
You know what?
With all
that
its
is
problems.
An accurate statement, and I have not been. I'm clearly not good at it yet or anything like that, but like it's different because it's just harder. So like it's like when we were adjusting to the game before. And your heart just starts kicking when you were in a firefight.
I was getting that on Xbox.
Yeah. And it's more of like a cluster when you're playing on Xbox as well, because using the analog sticks to control the whole thing gives you so much less control.
Yeah.
And so being able to do that and like yell essentially for help when you need it is, well, like all the other guys are just being real chill. And I'm like, no, I need help.
And it's like going back in time to the very first time I played this game, because every kill that I get feels like I earned it on Xbox.
Oh my God, yeah, so
PC. Much. Like it's a big difference. It's just a different game. It's a different feeling. It's a different controller. So like I have a ton of fun and I really love playing with you guys. I don't want to bash it. I just want to say that I think it has a little bit ways to go still. It's got some work to be done.
Yep.
I think everyone knows that.
All right, gameplay tip.
Gameplay tip. We don't have any kind of audio music for that.
Tip. It's the gameplay tip. We're doing tips about the gameplay.
From Ray.
We'll work on it. We'll
get there. From Ray. This came in today. I think this is a great tip, and it's something I forget all the time, which is if you're in a fight and if you see someone and then you see your teammates, and then your teammate sort of like rounds a corner. You don't really know where they are. Don't forget about your mini-map. He says he is quite often glancing at the mini-map to figure out where his teammates are, especially if someone starts shooting. Gives you an idea about the angles they are using, the distance you need to travel, and where you can put a flank on the enemy. Flanking is so underrated, by the way. You absolutely should do it. Never stay in the same position for a long period of time. Try and incorporate this more often, checking that map, and it will help you to anticipate what your squad mates are doing, even if they don't say anything. Thought that was a great tip. Thank you, Ray, for that. And on the PC, don't forget that you can press the N key to make your minimap larger. It'll zoom it in a little bit so you can see more of your surroundings.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you. This is where we usually do the Q&A section, and we didn't have any calls this week on the Q&A section. So we're going to replace it with a different segment. We're going to talk about the differences between solo and playing with a squad.
Yeah, we are.
And the question I have for you, Cody,
Dan.
what's your favorite game mode? Hold on. What's your favorite game? What's your favorite game mode? My voice kept cracking.
Third person perspective.
Solo, duo, or squad?
Squad, easy.
Why? Oh, not so easy, eh?
Squad, easy. Duos has its upside, but it's not like squads.
What makes you really like squads?
Squad, first of all, gives you the ability to hang out. So, like, duos, I never feel like we play as seriously as you are in a squad, because we have a lot of fun, but we also realize when we screw up, and then it kind of keeps the stakes a little bit higher. Duos, if you and I were playing for 2 hours, we could care less if we actually like messed up or did something wrong. We'll just start over and play again because it only affects one other person.
Mm-hmm.
However, squads is like, you can talk, but you got to know when to shut up and just play the game. And you can build off of other people's strengths. I think that John is clearly the strategist on our team.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach has really taken the sniping to another level in the last couple of weeks here.
Yeah, definitely.
And like, I've started to actually get kills in like 3-ish a game, and like that's never happened. And I think that we're starting to jive a little bit, but we're also like losing a little bit more. And so like it forces us to communicate differently. Even when we're not playing the game, we talk about how we communicate.
Mm-hmm.
So like it invests more emotion into how you play.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons why you like squads is one of the reasons why I like duos, actually, because I feel like in duos, you can put your tryhard pants on and you can coordinate better with one teammate instead of 3 other ones. And you're also only going up against groups of 2 versus groups of 4. So like if I run into a group on a duo mode, I know that there's just 2 guys in that group to kill. And if I roll up on one of them, there's a decent chance if I get the first one, I'm going to possibly get the second one too. Mm-hmm. Versus if I roll up on a single person in a squad match, I'm going to lose that fight typically 1 versus 4 or 1 versus 3. Interesting.
That's a fair statement. But also in this scenario, are you getting penisy?
Always. Oh yeah. I'm going for care
so
packages that I shouldn't be going for.
It's your play style. Because like mine is never that. Mine is like, let's move together. Let's figure out, call people out. I wait to start the fights until everybody's sort of like in position and waiting. Mm-hmm. And yours is very much like a run and gun, and not in a bad way, but like you are more confident in your shot anyway. So you're always going to get the first guy. We know that. The second, third, or fourth might ruin your day though.
True. Yeah, that's very true.
Until like very rarely am I going to go and end up running into 4 people.
Yeah. I mean, if I was in a squad as well, I also have my teammates to back me up, and I shouldn't be playing so penisy. Yeah. So if you move as a group together, you're going to have more success for sure. Mm-hmm. But this came up today in the Discord, talking about solos. Downward Spiral was saying how solos are good because it kind of puts you into a frame of mind where all the decisions that you make are yours. And you can know for sure if you are making good ones or bad ones based on the outcome. And you don't have any other variables, any other teammates that are relying on you. He says that sometimes in squads, you lose that tactical frame of mind and shift to, we are going to win with my guns, and then it doesn't always work out. So I thought that was interesting. You can definitely get lulled into a sense of, oh, nothing's happening right now, so I don't really have to think about what I'm doing in a squad match a little bit more than a duo, I think, because you have that fallback of feeling like you have 3 teammates to back you up when that might not necessarily be the case if you're going off to do your own thing. So I thought about that. And then I was also thinking about solos that reminded me of that, which was like, solos are a really good learning experience because you can learn from yourself. Like Downward says, in an environment where only you are the one affected by your decisions. And it's a good learning playground, but due to the nature of how squads and duos travel together in the game, like in groups, like groups of 4, groups of 2, versus in a solo match where players could be coming at you from all sides or camping in bushes or camping in houses. I think mastering the solo game doesn't necessarily translate to being a great squad member or a duo teammate because of the communication aspect. Like you can be a great decision maker in a solo game, but your communication could be garbage, and you could be actually a detriment to your team because of that.
You're a very smart man.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I was just thinking about how communication is so key. It's so key. And it's just the mindset, and just making sure all your players on your squad are in the same mindset and wanting to achieve the same goal. I think it also could brew a little discontent if you are feeling a little bit more relaxed and you just are going for kills in your squad versus the rest of your squad. Maybe they want to try hard and try to win. So you always want to be on the same page and communicate often and early, I think, is my takeaway.
I feel like you've given me a lot to think about, and that's not good on a podcast where I'm like, let me sit quietly and think about it.
That's all right. That's all right. You can come back next week with Cody's hot takes.
You're like, and then.
Perfect. I love it. And I got one more comment here from Ray. This is not my own comment. He was talking about solos here, and he says, solos give you a good experience and the confidence to win those one-on-one gun battles. He says this translates well to squads because winning a 1v1 battle in a squad gives your team an immediate advantage.
I would agree with that to a certain extent. Where my issue lies is for those people who are new to PC gaming or new to these kinds of games. It is so frustrating to go in by yourself and not have that person to push you to keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
If you drop into a game and it's taking you 2 minutes to get to the ground and you lose the first battle that you're on the ground, the first person you see, a couple times of that, you're not going to want to keep playing. So
I think for me, the adrenaline kept me coming back, even though I was garbage the first many hours of playing. Like just scared, just running scared throughout the entire game, thinking anyone was about to off me at any time.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying like...
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Perspective, that's 100%. Like, had I not played duos with you over the first bunch of times that I played, like I wouldn't have kept playing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that, especially as a new PC player, for sure. Mm-hmm. You need it helps to have someone show you the ropes, and I think as a general rule, like it's really good to play with someone better than you in any game, virtual or otherwise. Because there's no way of learning if you don't watch and get experience from someone who's better than you. Yep. I think that really helps. So yeah, I think that was a little bit on solos versus squads. I think there's a lot of talk we could do. I think that could have even been a Jamagp segment, but of course John has passed away and he will not be with us anymore. He's alive. He's alive. He's overseas.
We can no longer give away his position.
No.
He's just over AC. We're not going to say which C he is over or if he's safe. There. We're not even going to say if he's safe.
Nope. It's for you guys to figure out one day if he comes back, maybe.
We have left clues within the episodes, and you need to decipher where our codes are. Only then will we release Jonathan.
Personal Computer Plays.
Roll it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll follow me, we are now entering the Personal Computer Place.
All right, so there was a new war mode that ended on the 12th called Dodge Bomb. I didn't play it. I thought it was dumb as hell, and I wasn't gonna do it.
Hot takes over at Hot Drop.
Dumb as hell. Essentially, Dodge Bomb was a war mode event. 30 players, 3 teams on Erangel. 20 frag grenades, a Molotov, level 3 armor, and a frying pan. Knockdowns were disabled. When you take lethal damage, you die instantly. Killed players respawned in planes that fly every 30 seconds. Eliminating an enemy earns 3 points. If no team reaches 100 points before the time limit, the team with the most points wins. No thanks. Not interested. If you disagree, let us know. Tell us how you felt about the event mode. If it was good, if it was bad, whatever. We didn't play it. I didn't think it was worth my time to play it.
Yeah. We were streaming that night when it dropped.
It popped up and we went, nah. I'm good.
Yeah. It sounds fun for maybe 1 or 2 rounds, but after that,
Meh.
and grenades are one of the most clunky things to throw and use in this game. So it didn't seem very fast paced. It kind of just seemed like if you happen to be near a nade, you die. And there's no real skill involved in this game mode. I think all of us would have rather just played squads, and that's what we did.
Oh yeah.
But I would like to hear from you guys if you played it. What'd you think? Looking forward to the next war mode. They usually drop, I think, on Thursdays. So we'll see what the next one is. And we need to play some customs soon again. I think.
Yeah,
I can
I'm
say
down.
that.
Once things slow down at work, I'm down for a really long customs weekend.
Definitely. I haven't played this game since Saturday, so it's been a while. Need to get back into it. So there's no other PC updates really to share. There was just the new war mode, PC patch. I think 19 was the last one. We talked about it last episode. But there was a couple other notes, a couple other pieces of news. We have the PUBG API, which is, if you're a developer, you know what APIs are. There's a page on the Battlegrounds forums talking about some of the community creations using the API. And
Why don't
it'll bring
tell
you
us
to
what API means.
I don't know what it stands for.
I'm not a computer
honestly.
guy, so I don't know what it is.
API definition, application programming interface. There you go.
Okay.
So it's a set or subroutine is a set of subroutine definitions, communication protocols, and tools for building software.
Okay.
That's the Wikipedia definition.
Alrighty.
So basically, you can plug into an API or request or push data to or from an API to get information or share information. So in this case, you can do things like get your stats. You can see things like, I would imagine, how many people are alive in the game. That would be a get. Things like that. So they bring you to a page on their site that talks about some of the community-made API applications. And you can submit your own as well. So if you pop over to developer.pubg.com, you can get access to the API. You get a key for that. And somewhere in here, featured applications. There's a featured applications list. So here's one. It's called PUBG Companion. It's a Discord stats bot with fun commands. So if you install this in Discord, I assume it would be a bot, and it will, after giving it certain commands, give you information about your stats, like your current season stats, your last 10 matches played. You could link your PUBG player name to the bot. You can do all these different things. It's just a fun way to interact with Discord and also grab your stats quickly from the PUBG database. So
But
things
why
like
not
that.
all-time stats?
I think this does do all time, according
Like
to this.
all-time, or like the fake all-time?
You know what? I think we'll have to install on a Discord and check because I don't know for sure. But we should check it out. There's a couple other Discord bots too that do things like this. There's a couple other websites. Like I think Xbox has used PUBG-replay.com, and you can see 3D replays about your match. Xbox users have used this in the past, and like this is how they interact. They use the API to get this data and share it with you. So
Nice.
PUBG stats for iPhone and Xbox. Information about when you got your wins, how many wins you have, just little plugins, things like that, websites that you can go to get more out of your PUBG experience, I would say. If I was a marketer person, that's what I would say. So that's the API. We also have, like I said, no patches, but we're currently in the fix PUBG mode. So we talked about this last week. We talked about the roadmap. But I want to just highlight that by the end of August, they should be finished with level streaming optimization, report result notification. So this means that if you report someone for cheating, you get feedback on whether or not that person actually got banned. So that's super cool. CSGO does that. And also, they will be continuing to work on everything else, pretty much. Optimization and performance, anti-cheat, matchmaking, and bug fixes. So I just wanted to point out, like, by the end of this month, there's not going to be a lot of stuff done. They're going to be working on a lot of different things, but you can expect level streaming optimization and the report result notification system to be complete. A long time ago, we talked about the known issues list. Do you want to talk about that again?
on the fix.
I haven't brought this up again recently, but I pulled out some highlights, and maybe you want to just grab those. These are things that are scheduled to be fixed in the next patch.
Yeah. So when the reticle is selected in settings, the weapon is dropped and picked up again. The reticle settings are reset. We just talked about that in the other patch anyway. I don't know why this has continued to be an issue, but they say they're going to fix it, so cool. They can't change the SMG reticles. Shape and color should change after pressing page up, page down key. Colorblind mode isn't fully reflected on all scope crosshairs. Pretty simple stuff. I'm unimpressed.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of things in the next patch. These were just the things I pulled out because they kind of all had a theme about reticles and things that I've noticed in the game. But some things under investigation are a little more interesting, I think.
Those things, so like this, sometimes the trees appear not completely rendered from a distance, resulting in a player behind a tree being revealed, which happens quite often. Like sometimes I'm the benefactor of that, and other times I get shot in the face. It sucks. You can tell because you're like, I am clearly behind this giant tree. How are you hitting me?
Yeah.
And then you'll see the kill feed, and there was no tree.
Right.
There's a large pit in the ground near Los Leoniones in Miramar. Apparently, they don't want a pit. Yeah, like, I mean, that would be a nice clarification, right?
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but
there's a large pit like all over that map. It is a large pit. Firing mode resets when looting after dropping a weapon that's changed the firing mode, which is supposed to stick, and lots of movement issues like players appear to slide, getting stuck in doors, clipping through objects while emoting, motorcycles getting stuck and exploding. Always hilarious.
Oh yeah, always.
Timeless. Quality. Always.
BNI. Kai Guy will get that one. That's about it for PC. Honestly, we didn't get a lot of updates. I'm hoping this week we get one, and I'm hoping this week I also get a little more time to play because it's been a little too long. I need to get back into it. Life has been very busy with wedding planning on my side and
stuff.
Work.
I did order my tux though.
Perfect. Nice.
Well, it's not a tux; it's a suit.
Good man. Good man. One more to go. Just need one more person to order theirs, and then we're off to the races. So yeah, mobile home.
Beep, beep. There's so much stuff in here.
Yeah, it's mostly about this new PUBG Mobile Lite version.
Yeah, so for phones that don't have like more than a gig of RAM, which is currently only available in the Philippines, like they're gonna offer a light version. That's so strange to me.
Yeah.
So
like, This is vintage. These are like phones from, I think my first Android phone, the Droid Incredible that came out in like 2012, had 1 GB of RAM.
Nuts. So anyway, this is going to have a smaller map. So Tencent reduced the map size to only a 2x2 in order to kill that lag for the low-end mobile phones. This could avoid heavy rendering workload on the processor and could run with enjoyable experiences.
Yeah, this is the patch notes / information from a website that I found. So the English
that
is
was probably
funky.
Translated. Yeah, the other tweak they have done is to reduce the player count to only 40 players. This could make the game faster in finding players and have a fast and cleaner experience.
It's all about that experience, baby.
Yeah. They reduced the number of weapons in order to reduce clustering, making the reduction on the workload. So essentially, like, less things to spawn, less processing power.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like they removed pistols because they reduced the number of gun-carrying slots to 2 rather than 3.
Graphics. The major thing for making it work on low-end devices is to reduce the graphics optimal to support the lower processor. On the PUBG mobile player, you can choose the range of graphics. Whereas PUBG Mobile Lite, the player is only intended to play between smooth and balanced, which is the bottom 2.
Just that's how we are all the time. We're smooth and balanced, baby. Game size.
Oh my god!
The original game size of PUBG Mobile is currently floating around 1.8 gigabyte for Android and 2.2
gigs for iOS.
PUBG Mobile Lite is only 30 megabytes. What? Okay, hold on.
What?
2 gigabytes to 30 megabytes?
Like. I gotta see what this looks like.
I'm gonna Google some screenshots right now. PUBG Mobile Lite.
Philippines.
Philippines edition. Doesn't look that much worse, honestly.
Really?
Same PUBG experience, greater compatibility. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the old PUBG knockoff games that they used to have, like Rules of Survival and stuff. Less foliage, no grass, a little bit more blocky textures. Like not really a whole lot of shadows. But 30 megabytes? How is that possible?
It's not. They're lying.
That has to be a translation error or something. Like, can you play this on flip phones? Like, what? Nuts.
Huh.
Anyway, PUBG Mobile Lite. If you have a really crappy phone, very soon you're going to be able to play PUBG Mobile Lite.
And also, there is a corn on the cob costume to wear.
Shout out to Scale Speeder for this. This is the most ridiculous skin I've ever seen in my entire life. It's literally you in a giant corn on the cob suit. This was a mobile reward that Scale Speeder posted. Official hot drop attire.
Fun stuff.
Ridiculous.
So enjoy your mobile home, everyone.
Beep, beep.
And beep, beep, mo.
Question of the week. It's the
question of the week.
We might change the question of the week soon, but it's just still the question of the week. What was the question this time?
What would be your preferred controller layout? Customization on Xbox, if you could change it. And for PC, what is the most useful hotkey that everyone should be using? So first and foremost, we have Killer 2 Easy, the reload. Holding down the button on Xbox kills me. Like any FPS, it should be click and done. Absolutely. 100%. I agree. That was the thing I hated most about the slowness of that game, was having to hold reload.
Yeah. That's my
Dumb
number one.
as hell.
100%.
Super Champ agrees. And Downward also says, I would remap the reload button and hold breath button. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. It's just weird. There's a couple backwards buttons, like inventory versus map. I'm always clicking the wrong one. I feel like the hold breath button is also one of those where it just feels weird being the button that it is.
Yeah.
But I do like the D-pad stuff, by the way. I like the selection of the meds and the ability to pull your pistol out quickly.
Yeah, I got to figure those out because I'm not good at that right now.
Yeah.
Point Click Dead says, I would make hold breath button push the left stick down. I would change entering and exiting cars to the Y button, which makes 100% total sense.
Yeah.
Handbrake a button, like every game. Change sheets with B.
Yeah.
Reload, just press X.
Y is like the standard
Yeah,
back button.
right?
So like why wouldn't you have that be get out of the car? Kind of strange.
Death Go Betty agrees. I would also humbly request anti-potato button to press just before getting into a gunfight.
Jamie says revive, reload, and enter vehicle all map to X. This
I
leads
don't
to
think I
highly
could get on
amusing
board with the
situations when trying to revive a teammate bleeding out next to a vehicle when you have an empty primary. Yeah. This was like on PC, there was that bug for a really long time that was like you tried to pick your teammate up, but would always prioritize the loot that's on the ground underneath them. So you'd be constantly picking up the loot rather than reviving your teammate. This was an old bug, but that was annoying. So yeah, have it not be all the same button maybe would be cool.
Thanks, okay, bye. Question of the week. The question of the week. We got He Hate Me. It's either St. Louis or Still.
I'm going to go with St. Louis.
I'm going to go with Still.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
I would remap the hold breath button to the left stick location. They should have auto run re-enabled based on the stick reference. Reload, double tap X. Oh, I could get on board with the double tap.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Because like pickup's going to be X2, right?
Right. If you just
And so,
double tap quickly.
double tap.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Revive, short hold, enter the vehicle, single touch X. Oh, that's a lot of X use.
Yeah, a lot of X's.
Let's stick to one, but
Yeah,
I
too
see
many
where you're
X's.
going with this. I see where you're going with this.
It's like the
I
8X.
can get
There's too many.
I can get behind a single, double, and triple tap, I guess. but triple tap is on the low end of what I would want.
Yeah, we have more buttons we can use.
Yep. Nightman, enemy of the day, man.
I've remapped hold breath to bottom left paddle. Oh, we got a fancy Elite controller. Uses the bigger right thumbstick on it as well. I've tried all the paddles on the Elite, but it feels awkward to hold the controller. I'd like a change to be able to prioritize things in the loot table to make it quicker to switch sites. Interesting. Loot prioritization. I don't think we have the technology for that. One day.
They have the money.
Meh, allegedly.
One thing, Colonel Pink says, one thing that does tend to puzzle me on the Xbox, loosely linked to the controls, is when I am spectating people, their reload appears to be so much quicker than when I do it. Does anyone notice this? We'd like to know if you guys notice this. Also, clearly it isn't always, but grinds my gears that it makes me think others are doing it quicker. And this is only like weapons, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bug. There's a lot of weirdness in the spectate mode. I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad sometimes.
Yeah. There's a brief discussion about that. Quantum Robin. So here we go. This person calling us out low key because our question of the week was directed at Xbox and PC, and we totally left the mobile people out. So
Quantum Robin.
Yep.
Ooh, Quantum Robin.
deserved respect. As I'm an only mobile player, I will adapt the question of the week for mobile custom control preference, which is completely customizable. Wow, just rub it in twice, why don't you? I like to play with a two-handed claw grip with my thumbs doing steering and looking, bottom left and bottom right respectively. And I have my index finger on my left hand hook up over the top left of the screen where my trigger is, with my right index finger hooked over the top right of the screen where I have free look, scope, etc. actions. This config allows me to move, aim, shoot, jump, etc. at the same time with 4 active digits. I can't even picture this, to be honest with you.
can. It's literally a claw around a phone.
But how does he, what buttons are we pushing here with his like thumb or with his index and middle fingers? Like what are the buttons to
What are you talking
activate?
about middle fingers? Middle fingers aren't button pressers. They're holders. You put your middle fingers on the top of your phone. You're holding it landscape, right?
Yeah, okay.
Middle fingers on the top of your phone. You are using your pointer fingers and thumbs to do cool things.
Oh, I see. Got it. I can instantly spot people not using this method as they stop completely still, aim, and then fire, even in close quarters, while I can strafe hip fire and keep still strafing scope in to take out their teammate 50 meters further back, and only need to stop moving to snipe or long scope with AR. That's instant leg up for sure. I practice in the firing range a lot. Wow, just rub in all of your freaking features. Jeez. I'm kidding, by the way. Mobile's awesome. I practice in the firing range a lot, scoped in with a 4X, strafing around and hitting down the moving targets. Once you have it down, chicken dinners are pretty regular, as you have the confidence to rush people knowing that they will stand still and you don't have to. So what Robin's really saying in here is he's dunking on suckies left and right, son. My goodness.
Yeah, that was intense.
That's awesome. Thanks for answering the question, by the way, and thank you for giving your mobile thoughts, because we do have a lot of mobile people. Recently, we got that level 3 in the mobile clan, so you can get that sweet swag. And I think we can fit more people in the clan, by the way. Talk to ITT Tom, Education for Your Mobile
Yeah,
Future.
I mean, I can hop out because clearly I'm not contributing. Sorry, Tom.
But yeah, cool stuff here. I think a couple people were asking about mobile controllers too, which I don't think are officially supported. Don't quote me because I don't know what I'm saying. But interesting take. Thanks for that. Clay on the PC.
Clay dog. Yeah, Clay says 2 keybinds. Bind the change fire mode to something on your mouse. You don't want to have to take your fingers off the movement key to switch to full auto single fire. I have mine bound to mouse 3.
Preach. Yes.
2, separate your jump and vault keys so that you don't jump when you're meaning to vault and vice versa. I have my vault on spacebar and jump on mouse wheel down. Huh.
I know Crander does this. Cranderville plays this way. He was a big proponent of that. And I also keep my mouse button to be a switch auto fire, or single fire.
Yeah,
Definitely do that.
my mouse buttons at this point, obviously right and left click, samesies. But I have my scroll wheel switches. If I click my scroll wheel, it'll bring me to my primary weapon. And then my two side buttons, I switch between my other two, so my secondary and my pistol. And then my thumb, like trackpad wheel thing, pulls out my throwables now.
Nice.
And it's wonderful. If I had one more button, I would do firing mode. I don't.
Firing mode, because I use it so much, that's my main. I
guess I
two other
could, though,
buttons.
because I don't need to scroll up and down anymore.
Yeah, you could make that your fire selector.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to
should.
try that.
Yeah, you should.
Or I could make that my my lean.
That could work too. It might
Scroll
run into
up,
problems
scroll
if
down.
you're running or aiming if you press on it accidentally, but it's not the worst thing. I just say try it. Give it a shot.
Yeah, that's a cool one. This is making me think.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad this is why we do the
Suds.
question of the week, son.
Suds put a diagram in here.
Talking
Little
about the
nifty
Elite
stuff.
controller setup.
Talking about a lead controller.
2 short paddles are left stick and right stick respectively, and bottom right is the loot menu, and bottom left panel is the left bumper. Hold breath or...
Are these
the
Elite
shoulder
controllers
buttons.
worth it?
That might be a next question of the week. They're like $150, dude. I don't know. That seems like they're... At least the new one is. I don't know what the current ones are. Let me... so I
Isn't
don't sound
there
completely
isn't there a
stupid.
new one coming?
Yeah, it's coming out in October for $150. But the Xbox Elite controller currently runs for... Yeah, Best Buy has it for $150.
Wow.
That's $10 more is what I paid for my entire system.
$10 more is what we paid for my entire system.
That's insane. Wow. But hey, it must work good. I'm not knocking it because I haven't tried it.
Wow.
Josh, PC player, says he does not use a custom shortcut for anything, but what he does do is a fix for Windows that makes the mouse true one-to-one. So he takes away all of the mouse acceleration. This makes it so every time you move your mouse, it's exactly what you would expect to move it in Windows as well. And I recommend you do this. I think by default it's set this way, no mouse acceleration. And you can test this yourself if you want. If you put your mouse down and you quickly swipe right to a certain distance, and then you gently swipe right that same amount of distance, if your mouse travels the same distance both times on the screen, then you don't have any aim acceleration. It's basically like the slower you move the mouse, the slower the mouse cursor moves on the screen, and the faster you move it, the faster the mouse moves. That's with aim acceleration enabled. Otherwise, it's always one-to-one. Whatever you move your mouse and physically move it, that's as far as your cursor moves as well. I always recommend turning off mouse acceleration because it will screw you up. But if you're used to it, honestly, don't touch your settings. Just leave it as is. But he gives you a fancy little handy video to change it if you want. I think one of the big things I can recommend is have your sensitivity low in the game and also low on your desktop. So you'll get kind of used to moving the mouse around on your desktop how you would move it around in the game. So I don't know. That's just an idea. I think that's about it for controller layout. I think we start getting into some other things like being able to equip an item onto your weapon from the ground without being able to, or without needing to go into your inventory. That was talked about. That's a cool feature. There's a bit of a discussion on that. So if you want to join that discussion, of course, hit the Discord up. Always good stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this question of the week. It was more simple answers. Slasher McGuff's in there. That's nice.
Yeah, dude. A couple new PC players in there. A couple new Xboxers in there.
So this week's question of the week is, what is your favorite weapon and why? We did it a long time ago, but it's been so long. We want to know. They've added some weapons. We have a lot of new people. So new people, get in here, answer the question. But in addition to this, something else that we want to add is your chance to ask us questions. If you have questions for us, we will pick a few of these and we will answer those questions on air. Call the hotline, leave it in the Discord, whatever you want to do, get them to us. We'll answer it.
Boom.
Ready, set, go. And now we make the hotline bling. And that can only mean one thing.
You have new messages.
No matter how good a person you are evil in someone's story. With that said, the reason I stay up late is because I don't want my free time to end and tomorrow to start. Positive drug tests and outstanding arrest warrants sound like good things. Chefs that cook in front of you at a restaurant are the lap dancers of the fine dining industry. A human came out of a human because a human came in a human. Swimming is using every muscle in your body not to drown and die, yet is considered a fun recreational activity by most.
I couldn't believe that the highway department called my dad a thief. But when I got home, all the signs were there.
A lot of hate going on for this game. I don't know if I like it. You know, I mean, we're all playing it. We all have unity inside of it. We all consistently play it on a daily basis, regardless of the bugs or anything that they put in the game. But we continuously also hate on the game. It's like a bad relationship we're all in, where we just keep coming back to some, piece of shit that fucking cheats on us. But I don't think so. I enjoy it a lot, and I'm gonna keep playing. But you do you. Enjoy.